Right, so this is where I got to last night. I cut this bit of metal. I ain't got a clue what it is, it's just some steel I got laying about. But it's about the right diameter. So I'm just going to turn this down. The diameter I measured on the old pinion was about 29.5mm. So I'm just going to face this, put a centre drill in it and turn it down to 29mm. Right, so that's about where I want that. Now I'm going to turn down 20mm down to about 22.5. And that's that bit done. Now I want to put a bit of relief in here for the threading. Right, well I'm all ready to go now. I've ground a new bit, hopefully to about the right shape and size. I've got my cross slide set at 20 degrees that way, top slide rather. Now I think the actual thread on this was about somewhere between 5 and 6 teeth per inch, thereabouts. I've got it reasonably close, and I've got that 50 tooth gear back on my gear train in this lathe, and I'm going to give it a go with that. It shouldn't matter too much, it's not going to be exactly the same as the old one, but that's not overly important, because when I make the ob cutter, that's going to cut the gear on the actual worm, so it should be alright. Anyway, I think I'm all set up for it, so let's give it a go. I just got to remember, I've got to stop the lathe and not disengage the thread lever. Alright, here goes then. Well, that's a scratch, that don't look too bad. Got a little bit of cut on it. I need some cutting juice. Might have helped if I'd put the cross slide back where it belonged. Right, well I've got this one made. Took quite a long time to cut this thread on here. I had to take it a bit easy because I think the motor's packing up on this new lathe I've got. And I've drilled and reamed a 15mm hole up here, and it's quite a nice fit on the actual bandsaw bit, so I've just got to trim this up to the size I want, 10mm I think it is, and part it off. And then I've got to do it all again for the hob. So the first thing I'm going to do for the hob is sort out a little bit of 15mm bar to mount it on. Right, I'm just going to use the end that came off of the pinion that I've made. I'm just going to get this on there and Loctite it on. Right, I'll leave that to go off and then I'll work on it. Right, so I'm just going to turn this down. This is the diameter I need, so I've just got to come down to there. Right, I'll get set up for me threading it. Alright, I'll put a scratch cut on it. Help if I get the gearbox in the right place. Dickhead. That's more like it. I'll try and do it this time and remember I've got to switch the lathe off and reverse it. Right, this just takes ages. I'll switch it on again when I'm nearly there. Well, I've been having a bit of a nightmare doing this hob. It's the Loctite. It keeps failing. I've never had it fail before, Loctite. It keeps trying to push it down the tube. So I put a bit of copper pipe in here to stop it being pushed that way. But I suspect is all I'm doing is swapping that for it to start spinning. So that I'm only about halfway through it. So I'll reset this up and give it another go. I had to take it off of the lathe to do this, so I'm going to need to get it reset up. I mean, this Loctite has had all night to go off now, and well, more than all night, because I was busy today and couldn't do anything. So I'll get all the slack taken up in this. And now a combination of working the top slide and cross slide to get it back into where it should be. Alright, that looks about it. Zero my cross slide. Then pull it out, take it back. Now back to the zero. Not sure what zero was on that one. Right, like I say, I suspect this will just spin now if it catches again, so. But, here we go. Yeah, that weren't really taking a cut, so that weren't very indicative. I'll put a bit of cut on it with the top slide and see if it will do it without it spinning. One's through. Right, I'll carry on until it either does it or packs up. I've got no idea why, but it keeps catching around about here and it buggers up. I'll keep going with it, but it's a bit of a shit. Right, it's not that far to go now. Far enough though. Well, I'm just coming to the final couple of cuts on this. This has been an absolute nightmare. I think I've just got two more and I should be there. This has just taken so long. Won't be the old man's coconut. Right, well I think that's it. So now I'm just going to spin it off a bit quick, clean it up a bit and take it over to the mill to put some slits and some relief on it. I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to get this sorted out ready for this. I mean, these are hundredths of millimetres, these divisions on here. That's the bit I'm going to be using, still not quite right, is it? So I'm going to give it a tap over there. Oops. I'm going to have to call it a day there. It's only a couple of hundredths of millimetres out. That's good enough for me. Right, I need to get the hob in here and my slitting saw set up. Right, I'm going to put 6 slots in this. So first of all I want to find the height of it, then I'll take it down halfway on the DRO to get the measurement for that. I've got to do it this way around because I ain't got enough travel that way to clear this if I do it from behind. So I've got to go the opposite way to I'd like to have done it. But bring that up here I suppose. And it's just short of 30 actually, the hob diameter. So I'm gonna no, not sure how much travel this fine feeder's got. I'll go down here just short of 15, lock it off, and that's where I want to make my cuts. I tell you, this thing's driving me mad. Everything's going wrong. Bloody thing. Oh God. Alright. Give it another go. Got to do 6 more of them, but I don't mean this blade is up to it. I'm going to have to change the blade. 5 more of them anyway. Finally got the first one done properly. Changed the blade, but I had a little burr on the keyway in the saw thing. Pain in the arse. Right, so I'm going to rotate this 60 degrees. Lock him off. Four more to do. And there we go, all 6 are done. I'm going to take them out now and just file the relief on the back of them, because I only want a small cutting edge on it. So I'm just going to file a bit of relief. I've already started on this one, my hand will be in the way if I do it there. But just a bit of relief around to the front of the teeth, just so they got a bit to cut on. Alright, so here's the hob mounted in the lathe, ready to go. Hopefully it won't need hardening. It's pretty soft, I mean, bugger, bloody tripod. I just filed these off to give it a bit of cut. What I've got to do now is make some spacers. This is the blank I turned, it's just an aluminium blank, the same as the bronze one that came up with, brass one where it was. So I've just got to make some spacers and make a sleeve for it to go on here. And get this centre right of the lathe, and we'll find out if it works. So I did this blank with the hob, but it's turned out shit. You see this big, and I'm not quite sure why it was getting jammed and sticking, and it's ended up taking the free off, but it's pretty poor all round anyway. It's not very good. So I'm going to do another blank. This would have had 29 teeth. I mean, the original worm that came out of it had 20 teeth. I mean, the saw will go a lot slower, but I'm not really that bothered. But I'm going to do a 30 tooth one this time. Mostly because it's very easy to divide, because I'm going to start these off this time with a cutter on the mill with the indexer to give myself a bit of a chance. I think half the reason this is the hob isn't all that clever. I'm going to put a bit more relief on the hob. I'm not sure it's got that much relief. I don't think it's got enough. And try and sharpen it up a bit, and I think I will try to harden it a bit. But I'll turn another blank and then get it over on the mill. It's a bit difficult to see, but I've just done the first one. That's the second one. I'm only going in 2.5mm deep. It's about 3 for the actual final cut. I'll carry on round and see if they end up lining up. Well, that's the last one. Let's whiz it round one and see if it'll fit in the right hole. Well, that worked out alright in the end. At least I got the diameter and the calculation on the teeth right. Now let's see how it gets on with the hobbing. Right, well, I hardened the hob and tried to sharpen it up a bit, see if that helps. See how we get on. I'm going to take it very steady and slow. This is something I think is worth pointing out before I clean this out and start putting it back together. You see that? This is what's left, and I mean I drained the oil off of this before I started taking it to bits, but what's left in here, and what I suspect there was a lot of in the oil, is an awful lot of debris. And basically, by just topping this up with oil, I was just making a grinding paste to wreck me gears. So it might be worth a look next time you have a look at your saw and you want to check the oil. You might want to drain it out and actually see what is actually in here, because this, and then like I say, this is what's left. A lot of this probably came out with the oil, but that is just basically grinding paste. So be warned, if your gears have started to wear out a bit, the chances are that the oil's turning into grinding paste is going to accelerate the problem. Just thought I'd show you that before I clean it out. Well, they're in. They're a bit tight, and I did have to take a millimetre off of the pinion, whatever you call it. I'm sure they'll loosen up with a bit of wear, but if the others are anything to go by, they'll loosen up a lot with a bit of wear. I'll get this on here, I'll try and turn it again. Oh the hell. That's the way it goes. I'll dabble a bit of oil on that, see if it makes any difference. It's going a bit easier now. You may have noticed I didn't bother with a keyway in there, because I don't think this aluminium gear will last very long, so I should be probably making a bronze one for it, and I'll get that a bit more accurate. That's it, that's breaking in nice. Right, I'll get the pulley on it and see if it will go under power. Right, let's give him a fire up, see how he goes under power. That is a great joy to my eyes, I might tell you. Great joy indeed. Right, get some oil in there, get it all back together and give it a good clean up. I'm going to change the bearings on the guides and that. But if you want to see that, if you have a look at Robert Zanudo, a little while ago he done the bearing change on his bandsaw. I'm not going to bother to film that, this one's long enough as it is. Now, is that not a beautiful sight? I did change out the guide bearings like I said, and I did do a little bit of work on this guide here because it was never enough on this edge to be able to get the blade completely straight. So I'll just give that a bit of a file up while I was about it as well. Now I know this wasn't the most technical bit of engineering you may ever have seen, but it's working, and that was the whole point of the exercise. It's actually working better than I've ever had it working. I ain't put the guard back on yet. I need a new belt for it. That one's about to snap as well, I think. It was about time this had a little bit of TLC. But having had to have done some axawing to actually repair this by hand, I appreciate this beauty a lot more than I did before. You'll be able to see the cut on that, but it's pretty straight now. Certainly straighten up this whole project. Cutting through that 2-inch diameter EN1A by hand is no joke, let me tell you that. I'm just about to have a clang. There it is, another one in the bucket. Right, now I can get on with making me base for me MGO lathe, because this has held me up big time. Cheers everyone, thanks for watching, bye for now.